The Aston Martin DBS Superleggera Volante is an excellent car, but not an honestly named one. DBS is fine, first used in 1967 and with the provenance of being driven by one Jimmy Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Volante is similarly justified, having a long tradition on open-topped Astons stretching back to 1965. It's the bit in the middle that's telling porkies. Because while the Volante is many things, super light isn't one of them. On Aston's numbers it tips the scales at 1,863 kilograms, 100 kilograms more than the already chunky DBS Coupe, and despite both an aluminium shell and carbon fiber bodywork. Although the Superleggera name is officially there to celebrate the construction technique that Zagato used for its custom Astons in the 60s, and because it sounds cool, it is also lying. Not that the open-top DBS ever feels fat. The company has taken the most simple expedient to improving the power-to-weight ratio, adding to the left side of the equation. With 533 kilowatts, the Volante uses the most powerful version of Aston's twin-turbocharged V12 so far, in identical tune to the Coupe. It barely notices the extra podge. Aston quotes a 3.5 second 0 to 100 km per hour time and a 6.7 second 0 to 160 km per hour time, those numbers just 0.1 and 0.3 seconds behind the metal-roofed version over the same benchmarks. Aston also reckons the Volante can manage 340 km per hour flat out, identical to the Coupe, with that figure achievable with the roof either up or down. As such, it's the fastest soft top in the world. It certainly feels it. The DBS is one of those cars that is just fast everywhere, with huge low-down torque, a snarling mid-range, and a top end that gets truly brutal. Under a stamped throttle, the Volante can provide acceleration that delivers genuine physical discomfort. It might be a big, well-appointed GT, but in a straight line this is an Aston that could keep supercars honest. In terms of total dynamic experience, you'll be unsurprised to hear that the Volante isn't quite as good as the DBS Coupe. You can feel the extra weight, which requires more effort to turn and stop as well as accelerate. And although the open-top body is impressively strong, it isn't as torsionally rigid as the sturdier Coupe. On Aston's numbers, the Volante scores 23 kN/degree of deflection against 34 kN/degree. But the perceived differences are fractional, and overall the Volante gets impressively close. In recent years, Aston has become increasingly good at broadening the bandwidth its models function with, and the DBS Volante is probably the best example yet of this combination of iron fist and velvet glove. With the dynamic mode selector left in its least aggressive GT setting, and the switchable dampers in their softest mode, the Volante is the effortless open-top Grand Tourer, the suspension pliant, and the powertrain delivering effortless WAP with a bass-heavy soundtrack.